Hi, welcome to Tutor's Funny channel. Today I am going to teach Laravel 10 Crud application step by step. The Laravel 10 was released recently. So before we are going to go to the Crud application, we go to the Laravel official website. So here, go to your type Laravel, click on this one. This is the official website of Laravel. Click Get Started. Here you can see here it will be defaulted select as Laravel 10. Okay, if you want to go to the lower version, you can select Laravel 9 or 8. It will be if the combo box you have selected the version, it automatically the user interface will be changed. So I'm going to start with Laravel 10, the latest one. Select this one. So here first you can see the documentation. This simple documentation. Okay, this is simple documentation. So here first you have to go to the installation process. Go to here composer. Right. Before you install the Laravel 10, you have a requirements. So back to our documentation, you can see here. In order to install the Laravel, you have to follow the following requirements. Okay, PHP version must be at least 8.1. Okay, you have to select that. You have to check whether your PHP version is applicable or not. After that, you have to select the composer version must be latest one. That is these two things are very important. Okay, you have to check the Laravel version. Sorry, the PHP version and composer version. That will be must, right? Now let me check what is the version we are installing our program. You have to type cmd, you have to type php -v. Here it is at least 8.1.6. So it will be okay for that to create the project, right? So I have already installed the composer, also new one. So if you want to install the new composer, you have to go to you just go to type composer on Google it, click on this official website. It's a composer. Here get started, you have to install the things, right? Here you have to get and download them. Right here this is downloaded, click download. I already downloaded. Here click this one, your file has been downloaded, you have to install them, right? I hope you guys these things you have to understand this all the things. Okay, so this is the two things you have to consider about when you upgrade your version as a 10 of Laravel 10. Okay, this is must. PHP version must be at least 8.1. Composer version must be latest one. Okay, this one. Okay, right. Okay, first let me see how to create the project. Now let's go to our drive, which is a E drive. Here I'm going to make the folder Laravel 10 projects. Right. Inside the folder, I'm going to create my Laravel projects. So inside the folder, I'm going to type cmd command. Here I'm going to create my first application here, Laravel 10. So go to the installation. Here this one. This is how we have created the new project. Okay, you can see here composer. We are installing the Laravel by the composer. Create project Laravel. Here you have to specify the name of the project. Okay, this is a very simple command here type to create the Laravel project. Okay, so here you click the clipboard. If you click on this one, the clipboard has been this code has been copied back to your here here where you have created the project. Back to your project folder. So here type on address bar you type cmd, right click and paste them. Here I'm going to change the name. Default it's come as example app. I'm going to change it as student Crud app. Press enter key on your keyboard. You have to wait until the project has created. Now you can see here the installation has been completed successfully. You can see here, right? Now I'm going to open you can see here, your folder, we have a project has been created successfully. You double click and open the project. You can see these are the folders and file structure of Laravel. Now I'm going to open this project on VS Code editor. If you are not installed the VS Code editor yet, you have to install the VS Code editor. So how to install the VS Code editor? Go to the VS Code editor respective website. You just type the command VS Code download, press enter key. Here, this is the link where you are going to install. Click on this. Here you have to select the appropriate operating system what you have. Okay, if you want to go to Windows, you can go with Windows or Mac or Linux, right? You have to select the corresponding operating system and you have to install it, right? After install them, you have to open the VS Code editor, look like this. Now I'm going to open the VS Code, my project into VS Code editor. So this is my project. So how to open on VS Code editor? Here also, you go inside the folder. Double click and go inside the folder. Type cmd code space dot, press enter key. Then it will this all the folders and file structures are open on the VS Code editor. You can see here, right? Yes, trust yes. Click on here, right here. These are the folder structure and file structure. You will be able to see, right? Now I'm going to run this project and check how it's look like. So we have to go to run. You have to open terminal, new terminal, your terminal and new terminal. Here we have to run the project through this terminal, right? If you like, you here also you can go here and you can get the cmd, type cmd, and here also you have to type the command and run the project. Okay, so in VS Code that's provide the terminal also inside the project. Okay, here also you can do all the command to run the project. So you have typed the how to run the project. Laravel project php artisan serve. This is the command which used to run the Laravel project. Okay, you have to type the command, right? So here it will be running. So you just copy this one back to your URL. You have to paste it. Control V to paste it over here. Press enter key on your keyboard. This is a Laravel 10 welcome screen. Okay, here this is a Laravel 10 welcome screen. You can see here the version also it will be applied here. Here Laravel 10. Okay, here my PHP version also 8.16, right? It will be create the project. This is the welcome screen of Laravel 10, right? Now let's back to our after that. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to create the database. So database creation, I'm going to open this XAMPP server. Okay, so I have to open the XAMPP server. So you have to type this one, XAMPP. You have to run both Apache as well as MySQL. We need the MySQL database. So you have to go to the, after run that, you have to go to the tab. So type over here localhost phpMyAdmin. So it will be visit to your database creation window. Right. It redirect to your VS Code database creation window. You have to click new. You have to specify the database name. I'm going to specify the name as DB. I just give it Linda, DB Linda, right? I just give the name. Okay, you can give any name. DB student cred. Okay, you can create student cred. I give the name as student cred. Okay, I give the name. As example, I given as DB student cred. You have to give the student cred. Click create button. Now your database has been created. DB student cred. You can see here. There is no table. We'll create the tables. In Laravel, how to create the table is it will be done by the migration command. So back to my project. This is my project, right? Back to my project. Here what I'm going to do is database I have created. I have to the database name. I'm going to add it into the file, which is a .env file. If you click and open this file, all the database configuration will be reside on this file. Okay, so now we have created the database as MySQL. So we have to here this is your database. So you have to see here so DB connection MySQL. Here database, what is the name you have created? Here default come as Laravel. You have given what is the database name you have created. What's the name you have created? You just copy this one rather than writing. Okay, so if you are given here DB student and there you are typing some other spelling mistake, it won't work. So in my advice, you just copy this one. Control C to copy back to your project. You paste it the same name. You copy and paste it. It's very simple. Right. This is a user credential. While you installing the XAMPP server, what is the username you are given? Username and password you are given. Same username and password you have to given here. Okay. So I haven't changed any username or password. I given the default username. The default username and password of the MySQL server, it is root is a username, password is a blank. Okay, leave it as it is. Right. Now let's save. That's it. That's a connection. Right. Okay. Right. Perfect. Right. Our database is we have established a database connection MySQL to Laravel successfully. Now I'm going to go to create the migration part. My migration part is via table creation part. So in Laravel, there is a separate folder. This folder has all the databases. We have databases. So here, if you expand this database folder, we have a there is a folders. Okay, factors, migration, CDS. There are various folders are there, different names. Here, this is a migration. Here we are in this folder. What is a database table you have created? It is coming to inside this folder. Right. Here is a default table names are there. Right. Now I'm going to go to create the another table. So how to create the another table? Okay, in Laravel we have to type the command. So I'm going to open the another terminal. This terminal you don't close it because your Laravel server is running. Here, if you want to open the another terminal, here click the plus symbol. Here you have get the another terminal. Right. Now, how to create the tables? So go to the documentation. Here I explained. Laravel database setup is done. The migration. So third one is I have this block step by step I explain how to create this application. Okay, after you configure your database name, after you create the migration table migration, create the table. So how to type the command php artisan make migration create. What is the table name you are going to given? I'm going to given the table name as student. If you want to give the table name as a teachers, you have to specify the table name as teachers. If it's an enrollment, you have to specify the table name as enrollment. If it is a any other tables like payments, you have to specify the table name as tables. Okay, here these are the keywords you must specify. Here only your table names. Okay, here you have to give here plural letter. Okay, yes. Okay, this is the standard of Laravel. Right, I just copy this one back to my project. Here I have to paste it. Here, if you want to change the project table name, here you have to do just here you have to backspace to remove and you have to do it. Okay, so you have to type this command php artisan make migration. Here create table. That's it. Very simple. Right. Press enter key on your keyboard. Now your table has been created successfully. Okay, so here go to the file. Here create table, student table. Here you can see this empty table. Only it will be it has a primary key of ID only. The column is ID only. Yeah, it's automatically generated when you create the if you run the table migration command. Okay, it's automatically get the table and timestamp only. Here you have to specify the columns. So what are the columns you are going to create? Right. Right. So here I have mentioned it how to create this default teeth coming like this. After that, these are the columns I'm going to create: name, address, and mobile. Okay, student Crud application. We have 3 columns: name, address, and mobile. So these are the following columns I'm going to create. So how to create these 3 things? I just copy and paste it over here. Don't think why you are copying and pasting instead of writing. If I write step by step, it takes too much of time to complete the project. Okay, so that it takes too much time to complete the video. So I have already provided the codes. You can get it from my sites. Okay, so here how to type I will be explain table. If you want to type the code by your by typing table here string, this is how you have type. If you have additionally you have to add any other table age, you have to write like this. and edit. That's it. Okay. So if you want to create another column, you have to create like this. Right. After you have to do if you done the table changes, you must file save all. Okay, you have to save all the things what you have done. Right. After that, what you are going to do is here if you are what is the column you need all the columns name you have given over here. Right. After that, you have to file save all. After that, you have to type pipe here. Still your if you go to the database, still your there is no tables shown, no table found in the database. Now I'm going to run the command php artisan migrate. If you update the tables up here, all the tables are creating here. Prepare here. If you are here, it will be created here. Successfully your table student table has been created. Now you can check it. You click on the structure again here. All the table are created. If you click on student here, name, id, address, mobile, all the fields are created successfully. Perfect. Right. These tables are default table. It will be created in Laravel here. Username, password, token, all the things. This is relevant stuff. You don't delete anyone. This is when you planning to develop a big project. This all the things are important stuff. When you create the user credential, login and username and password, this all the things. Okay, right? Okay, when you click the login form, these all the things are needed. Okay, that's why the Laravel implemented as a default one. Right. Perfect. Now our table migration part is successfully completed. Right. After that, what I'm going to do is let's go to the documentation. Type by the command migration file was created. Let's create at the controller. Okay, controller is the one which will be manage the project. Okay, when your the Laravel project is working like this, routes call the controller. Controller get the data from the model, get the data from the model and pass into the view. That's how the application works. Right. Now first I'm going to create a controller. So how to create a controller? Here this is the command you have to write the controller, create the controller. Right. Just I am going to create a controller right here. Rather than copy and paste it, I am going to write the controller like this. Okay, here I'm going to type here php artisan make. You have typed it here make. If you have created the model, if you have created the migration database file, migration. Here controller, so you have typed control, capital letter controller. You have to provide the name of the controller. I'm going to provide the name student controller. I'm going to create. This is standard. We have to create the controller. Okay, this is not a blank controller. This is resources controller. What is the meaning by the resources controller? The resources controller consists of 5 methods. Okay, index, create, store, edit, and delete. It consists of methods in the resources controller. Here, resources. Okay, right. Resources. Okay, PHP artisan make controller student controller resource. Press enter key. Now your controller has been created. Here, it will be specify the path where your controller is created. It is created app HTTP controller student controller. So go back to your app HTTP controller section. Student controller has been created with the different method. Here, this all the methods are right. Now this is the important stuff. What is Laravel 10 released latestly? It is released here in the controller. It will be selected as a response. Here you can select the response. It's a redirect response. Okay, right. Now here we have to additionally one thing you have to add it to the view. What is the function name you have created? You have to add it over here, right? So first what I'm going to do is it's a controller, right? So model is there, right? So here's a view. We are using the view function, so we need to use eliminate view. You have right. The view is coming from this eliminate view. So you have to add it over here. This is must, right? So this one we have to create in few seconds. Before that, I'm going to go to the create the models as well. So model creation, you have to type same command php artisan make colon model name of the model. What's the name of the model? Student, which is a model. Press enter key on your keyboard. Your model has been created. You can see where your model is created inside the models folder here. That's very simple, right? The data is coming from model. So here I'm going to go to the model. There, how the model creation codes are there. You can see, check here. Right here, this is simple code. I just copy and paste it. I'll be explaining it. Don't worry. All right. Now here, I have paste inside this model class. Right. Protected tables students. Okay, students. Right, students. So here, student, which is a table name, which is students. Protected here, students mean here the students table we have created migration files. So you can see here, this is students table. If you are see this is a teacher, you have put it here teachers, right? The protected primary key, which is a ID. The ID is a primary key. So ID is a primary key. Okay, right. After that, this fillable field is a name, address, and mobile. These are the fields we have created: name, address, and mobile. You can see here. Name, address, and mobile. These are the fields. These are created by the Laravel defaultly. Okay, these fields are we have created. So we have to specify the fields. That's it. Very simple. This is a simple 3 lines to create the model. Model table name, you have to specify the table name. Okay, where data is coming. ID. These are the fillable columns. Right. Now let's back to our controller. We have to get the data. The model is a part where I communicate with the database and get the data from the database and pass into the controller. Right. After that, the data is coming from the model. So you have to get the model. Use your model is resided where. You have to mention the path. Your model is resided where? Inside the app folder. Inside the app folder, there is a folder which is a model. So use app. This is a capital letter slash models slash student. Your models resided inside the models folder. Student is a model name. Right. Perfect. After that, what you're going to do is, sorry, not here. Sorry. Go to student controller. Sorry. Not a controller, student controller. Sorry. Okay. I mistakenly go here. The student controller. You have to specify the path. Right. Now, student controller has a different methods. You can see here. Right. First one should be the index response. Here response. Here I'm going to give the 2 folder, which is a layout folder and student folder. Okay. So here these are the views. So we have to write as views. This one. You have to change it as a view. You have to change the index, the response. You have to change it as a view. Okay. The create also we have to change it as a view. Okay. You have to change this one as a view. Redirect response means that when you store the record, it will be redirected. This one keep as it is, right? So the show also ID also we have to change it as a view. Okay, redirect you don't change it. This one also response only we have to change it. Response you have to, what is the response? View, right? That's it. Redirect you don't need to change. Redirect response we don't need to change. Okay, keep as it is. Okay, redirect response only the change the response on. Okay, right? This is the function you are implemented. So here, what you're going to do is we have to add the function. So copy it and paste it over here. We have to write over here as this. Right? Use eliminate view is reside on this view. Eliminate view. You have to paste it over here. Right? Now this is not we implemented. Laravel 10 implemented. So go to the documentation. You can check. It's there. Okay, yeah, documentation you can see a configure. I show that the basics controller. If there's a controller section, it will be there. If you are selected as a controller, it will controller. Controller, you check the controller. Controllers. So controller here. So controller is there. You can check with the controllers. It will be implemented as a control. Control they are implemented that different one. Okay, they are implemented, right? I check basic control, they are implemented that one. The here use elemented view. They are this one they are implemented. Here it changed as view. Here you can see here. These are the functions they are implemented. So that's why we have write like this. Okay, you go to the controller section and you have to you can check it. Use eliminated. If you are go to different page, you have to implement this one view. Right? Perfect. That's the thing you have to be implemented. Right. Now what I'm going to do is here inside the index we have to write it as this one. This code. What I did here is you have to create the variable students equal student all mean. This is a model name. Okay, this is a model name where we are getting the data to the we are passing to the views. We are getting the data from where model is a part where communicate the data through the database and get back to the data and giving to the controller, right? So this is you have to specify the student is a controller model name. You have to give here student colon all mean you get all the data from there. What is the data you are added into the student table? We get all the data. You have to write student all. Then implement the simple keywords. It will be assigned to the variable students. After that, we have get to all the data and passing to this variable. They assign to this variable. This variable has all the data. We have to return to the view. So here view return view student index. So this is the folder name, this is the file name with this variable. Okay, this variable you have to write it over here. This variable. Okay, which right, this how we have written this variable. Okay, it visit to the particular index file page with this variable, this data. Right, we have to get the data into the views page. So back to our project. So here you can see the our view is resided on the resources folder. Go to the resources folder, views. Here I'm going to create the here inside the views. I'm going to create the folders. Two folders I'm going to create. First one should be layout. Our layout folder is the main file layout dot layout folder. First folder. Second folder I'm going to create as student folder. Students folder. Layout folder and students folder. Why this like this? Sorry. It's a layout, not a file, it's a folder. Okay, students. So we have created two different folders, right? Layout folder, we have a main template. So you right click on this, select the layout folder, new file. Inside the file, you have to create layout.blade. This is the extension of the Laravel blade.php. Okay, if you only type PHP, it won't work, right? Only you have to type along with the blade. That's a, some of the students leave the mistakes, right? So you have to type layout blade.php. Then only the PHP is understanding the views, right? Okay, then we have to the views structure. I just this one. This is a views, right? So I just copied. So I paste it over here. If you want, you can write it here in VS Code. You don't need to write here. You write. You have to type here this mark. Shift and shift plus 1. You get this mark. Press tab key. It will be generate your HTML. Right? Your HTML is generated. Okay. So now here we have to call these things. Bootstrap. We have to add the bootstrap style. Go to the relevant website. Bootstrap. Click on here. Click copy the bootstrap CDN. Back to my project. Paste inside that tag. Right. After that, we need a title. You have to write student Crud application. Right. Perfect. Right. Now your data we have. If you give this bootstrap min.css, your bootstrap is added in your project. Right. Inside the body, this is the template. It will be coming from your all the projects. Right. Now here back here, inside the project, we have to call this class div. You have to write div container div. Okay, this is a container class. You have to write div container class yield. Okay, so what I did here so far, yield content mean the this all the HTML file should be, we no need to write again by again, only the simple layout below you have to done the design. Okay, if you want to footer, header, all the things you have to given over here, right? Only yield only I have put it here, right? If you have header, here div header. If you have footer, div footer. You have to implement it like this. On the yield content should be changed. This content should be changed. If it is a create record, it goes to the create page. If it is edit record, this goes to the edit page. Okay, that's how the pages will be managed using the yield and content, right? Now let's create the student. This is a student page. I'm going to first I'm going to create the pages. Paste page index dot blade dot php, right? This page. Okay, after that I'm going to create another page, create blade dot php, right? Create blade.php. These are field pages we need to create, right? In order to work with the project, you have to create these projects, right? Here we have to create blade.index.blade.php, edit.blade.php, show blade.php. These are the pages we have created, right? Here another page, edit.blade.php, right? After the show.blade.php, show.blade.php, right? So these are the pages we have to create it, right? 1 2 3 4 5. So we need another one page. What is the page? Show, edit page, create page, index page, and link. Okay, perfect. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this field. I'll be explaining, don't worry. So here I just copy this one, paste it to my index.blade.php, right? Don't worry, this code I explained, very simple code, right? So this is a section. Section means this section content. Content means this is a layout. This is a layout you have created. This is content. This content, this complete layout will be coming. You are given the name only. Here what is the content, right? Now the HTML CSS file, the bootstrap styles and title, all the things are coming when you visit this page, right? Now here, simple, you have to create the div tags. Okay, this div tag, like here, this content section is started. Here your section is end section. You have to give this annotation. In the section, you have to give the annotation look like this. Perfect, right? After that, what you are going to do is here simple this div container, div row. Okay, this is started, your close the tag. Div row, you started and close the tag. Div, this one, the MD9. Okay, this is the, we have to give the size, right? So after the card section, what is the card? Card means here if you go to the bootstrap card, you can have idea what does the card look like. Okay, this is the card which look like this card section. I have implemented this card section into our project, right? Right. After the card header, this is a card header. After inside the card body, we have about all the project files should be there. That's a simple stuff, right? Okay, we have get this all the things are from the bootstrap card section. After the tables, these tables also are getting from the like this here, bootstrap table. If you are searching the bootstrap table, we no need to write this all the things. We just copy and paste this all the codes. It's there. It's automatically there here. This goes to the respective website for bootstrap. The cards is there here. This all the table is, this is the bootstrap table. Here I have created this simple table right here. This, okay, right, perfect. Okay, sorry, we no need to create the problem is here, view. So here the problem is here. What is the problem is here is here we have to student, the view student layout not found mean we have to this create this layout blade.php page Rather than put in the folder and create, we have to put into the student folder, because this layout is based on the student. Okay, this student view. Okay, if it is a teacher, there is a teacher, that's also the layout is put into the teachers folder as well. Okay, don't put into the outside. Okay, it's not a good. Let's delete this folder as well, layout folder, right? We don't need the layout folder, so our layout is here, layout.blade.php. Now let's run it, save all, then let's run it. Now its problem is over here. Now let's run the project again. That's it, the problem is over. Now let's, this one we have to make this one as a we are the layout blade.php. We have put it to this one, our index.blade.php. Here we change this one as a Laravel 10 Crud. This so Laravel 10 Crud application. Let's save all, refresh them. Right now I'm going to add the new record. Click add new. Let's go here. I'm going to add the John, address India, mobile number, something like that. Click save button. Record save successfully. If you have click view button, record view successfully. Back here, if you edit the record, you can edit John India one, something like that. Phone number, I'm going to type something like that. Click update. Record updated successfully. If you want to delete the record, click delete button. If you click cancel, it's cancel it. If you click again, delete, click OK. Record has been deleted successfully. Our Laravel 10 Crud application is working perfectly well. I given my all the source code in my website. You will be able to get, so follow the instruction along with the video. You will be able to make this script, okay, successfully. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. If you love my channel, please subscribe me, like me. Thank you for watching.